So keep on learning, applying, and then sharing. Don't just learn from somewhere and then keep on sharing. You'll fail miserably in the short term.
मौज
See, guys, when I talk about niche or when I talk about anything with respect to niche, I talk about personal branding. I don't talk about niche in the email marketing segment or affiliate marketing segment, or you trying to open up a Shopify store and drop shipping and then selecting a niche and creating products. No, it's personal branding. So as Shashank rightly mentioned, he jumped into finance. Now finance it's like an huge ocean which you cannot swim. So within that you will have different islands which you might want to go. So in finance it might be mutual funds, it might be stocks, it might be Nasdaq, it might be now crypto. So there are so many things. So I believe finance would be like kind of a in between niche, because Shashank and Abhinav, what I always tell is life is a macro niche when it comes to personal branding, and we keep on living our life in so many different ways with respect to health, relationships, with respect to friends, social media platforms, work, money, so many other things. So life is a macro niche within which, if Shashank is doing finance, I would call finance as the in between niche which nobody's talking about. And in that, if now Shashank is talking about crypto, then probably that might be a starting point of micro niche. And if he's just talking about decentralized finance, where he talks about Ethereum and Polygon and Matic and all those things, then that's where he's going into ultra niche down segment, which Shashank would have. So I always treat this niche as a four different layer, not just macro and micro niche.
That's nice. That's nice. I think what you're doing is you're playing on both sides, right? I mean, you're also very proudly showing off the heritage side, and also playing on a global scale, or let's call it a national scale as well.
Yes,
So it's
that's
actually, and because it's India, it's one of the smartest things to do.
and more than smartest thing, Shashank, the point which you told, heritage, is something which you have to stress and important. I'll just take 1 minute over here on that point before we start. Like people in India, most of the times they are afraid because they don't know English. They are not able to do something in personal branding most of the times on camera or on podcast, and they fear. They always ask. One of the most commonly asked questions which I get is, "Sir, will I do if I do in Tamil, or if I do in Hindi, or if I do in Gujarati, or if I do Marathi, will people listen to me?" And I'm like, the local group is the largest group which you can tap into. Why don't you just tap into that and then think of international client? ये तो वैसी ही बात होगी, एजेंसी खोल रहे हो, इंटरनेशनल क्लाइंट पहले ढूंढ रहे हो, इंडिया को छोड़ दे रहे हो, you know. So it's like that which I'm trying to stress an importance over here, which I started from TikTok when I first ever time jumped into Gujarati content. And since then I'm getting Gujarati crowd which I never tapped into, being a good Jew. So I just want to pass on a hidden message which you rightly point out over here, and probably which is what is happen, that people will definitely jump onto their native local languages as well when it comes to personal branding. A lot of times when somebody is starting, and I particularly made this mistake, so I'll just start with that. When I was starting my this YouTube thing, or rather sorry, podcast thing, when I was starting my podcasting in 2017, October 2017 it was. And when I was looking into this Anchor as the platform, Anchor was there, Buzzsprout was not yet there, Anchor, Libsyn and all these platforms were there. So I thought that if I don't create my account on Libsyn, which at that point in time was $5 a month. Libsyn, by the way, for people who don't know, is a podcasting hosting platform, which is a paid one. So I thought that if I don't create a paid account on Libsyn, then I won't get analytics of my podcast to a level which I want. So that was the biggest mistake, which actually delayed my process by around 1.5 months. That now that's not a huge gap, that is just 45 days, but for me it was a huge based on the executions which I deal with on day to day basis when it comes to my content. So I was just pondering over which platform I should pick for my podcasting so that I can get great analytics. But then within like 40-45 days I was like, Pratik, what am I doing? I mean, how can I think about this podcasting platform as a hurdle, and how can I waste my 45 days on that? And then I rectified that mistake by thinking that podcasting start नहीं किया है, एनालिटिक्स का सोचे जा रहा हूं मैं, यार पहले पॉडकास्टिंग तो स्टार्ट कर लूं, पहले 90 दिन तो स्टार्ट कर लूं पॉडकास्टिंग में. सो यस, at times we as personal brands, or I won't say we, I would say I as a personal brand, even though I was successful on YouTube, a little bit successful, I won't say great success in 2017, because I have been doing Instagram since 2014. This is not my first ever account which you are seeing on Instagram. I have a lot of other accounts which are older accounts which are now hidden or maybe not active. I have created meme pages like original comedy definition, chutia ho gaya hai, and all those meme pages as well I have created. But yeah, my Instagram journey had been from 2014. So in 2017, I felt that yes, I have done a decent job on Instagram with respect to my clients and my own growth as well, not with respect to the number of followers once again, but with respect to the growth. So at that point in time as well, when I wanted to start this podcasting thing, I'm like, what the fuck? I cannot just restrict myself based on the podcasting platform. So then I selected Anchor as a platform which was free. I did podcasting on Anchor for at least 1.5 years. And then in November 2019 or so, I shifted to Buzzsprout. And since then, I'm on Buzzsprout. So that was my mistake.
Don't you feel that to be a content creator, you need to have in-depth knowledge in any field? After that, only we can jump into a full-time creator, or else,
Nope.
like, there will be more monotonous
Nope.
things.
Nope. That's what my tagline is. Learn, apply, share. You keep on learning something new in your life every single day with respect to something. And then you apply that first before sharing. That's the key which a lot of people are missing out on. Today only, I have this
Learning is
research.
important.
Yeah,
Definitely.
learning is important. I would say applying that learning on that same day or ASAP based on what you are learning is super duper important. Is
Okay.
definitely super duper important. The reason why I'm able to do all these things is because I have been practicing all these things. Like the moment we started the scene, I told Abhinav, when he the day I told him that just before a minute, like 9:59 p.m., I just announced digitalpratikmall.com went live. And I'm saying that on this scene right now. All right. So
Yes.
you guys are the third group of people, because the first one was my private community Jor Vichar, the second was my Telegram group, and third is you guys. Digital Pratik Mall went live. For the entire day I was working. So, I'm practicing all these things, and that's the reason why I have so much to speak as a personal branding guy. So that's where the problem is. You have to apply.
Things to share.
Yes, because I am applying a lot of varieties and I'm learning a lot of varieties. So keep on learning, applying, and then sharing. Don't just learn from somewhere and then keep on sharing. You'll fail miserably in the short term. જોર વિચાર કરવાનું ને મોજમાં રહેવાનું. મોજમાં.